I want to talk to you a moment about the right hand. The right hand in chord melody is often neglected, and yet it's the hand that's responsible for how we actually hear these voicings. The left hand is responsible for the notes that we hear, but the right hand is responsible for how to articulate them. And it's amazing the kind of mileage you could get out of the right hand without doing anything differently with the left hand. And if you consider some of these ideas, your chord melody vocabulary expands in ways you could never possibly have imagined. So anyway, I want to take these voicings that we discussed with the left hand and show you some things to consider in terms of right hand articulation of those voicings. So just to review this first example with the left hand. Okay, we're going to keep the left hand the same with all of these examples, and we're talking just about the right hand. When I practice things, I like really thinking about only one thing. If I start thinking about multiple things when I'm practicing, it gets too complicated for me, and I end up not doing anything productive. So we're just going to keep the left hand the same, not thinking about that, not changing it, not doing any variations there, and we're going to think only about the right hand. Now, how can we articulate these voicings? There's a few ways to do it. Certainly you could do what I just did and strum from the lowest note to the highest note. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's sometimes the best choice. But it's not the only choice. I just want to give you a few other ideas about ways that we can articulate these voicings. So we could also isolate the top note, or emphasize or exploit the top note. And what I mean by that is to play the top note of the voicing. And when I say top note, for instance, if this is the chord, the top note is just simply the highest note that we're playing. We could play the top note solo and then articulate the chords. So we could do this. Top note, chord. So if we did that with the entire example, it would be something like this. And to practice that, so much of this is it's not that it's technically difficult, it's that it's unfamiliar. And the way to get that under in your hand is just to spend some time with it. So if it feels awkward to do that, just do that sort of thing. Okay, so that's one alternate articulation with the right hand to emphasize the top note. Now, we could also emphasize the bass. I'll do that one more time. And again, the way to practice that is just to do that a few times, just to get your hand comfortable, not always strumming downward, just to get your hand comfortable with these different articulations, with the idea being that it will all be in your musical toolbox to use should you want to. That's the whole idea when we're practicing things in jazz. It's not a matter of practicing it so you will exactly do it that way all the time, but it's practicing things so they are comfortable for you, and so if you want to do that, it's there for you to do. It's in your technique. So you notice we've now created 3 different ways to articulate this this little sequence without changing anything in the left hand. We have the regular strum. We have the top note emphasized. And we have the bass note emphasized. I would encourage you to practice those 3 variations and also practice mixing them up a little bit. You can do it in a structured way. You can decide that the first one's going to be strummed, the second one's going to have an emphasis on the top note, and the third one will have an emphasis on the bass, something like this. That sort of thing. Or you can just freely practice going through these different variations and mixing them up. The whole idea is just to get this this feeling into your right hand. The same thing can be done with that second example. Or the bass emphasized. And again, what I love so much about this is that we're not doing anything differently with the left hand, and yet we're adding so many colors to what we're able to do with the right hand.